Today we're diving into Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi's renowned book, Flow, The Psychology of Optimal Experience. The theme of this book is how to enhance our quality of life by mastering our attention and consciousness, thereby achieving an optimal state of experience known as flow. Aristotle once said that all humans, regardless of gender, consider the pursuit of happiness to be the highest goal in life. Happiness doesn't happen in an instant. It relies on our interpretation of external events and personal cultivation. It requires preparation, deliberate cultivation, and maintenance. Optimal experience refers to the state when a person exerts both physical and mental capacities to their limits while undertaking a challenging task. For example, a child carefully placing the final block on a tower with trembling hands, a swimmer breaking their personal record, or a violinist performing a complex piece flawlessly. This experience is self-created. Although mastering life is no easy feat, accumulating optimal experiences over time fosters a sense of control. Flow theory has been applied globally across various practical scenarios, whether it's planning experimental school curricula, training managers, designing leisure products and services, or clinical psychology, juvenile rehabilitation, organizing activities in retirement homes, museum exhibit design, and vocational training for the disabled. The concept of flow has infused new perspectives and measures. The universe wasn't designed with human comfort in mind. It's filled with threats to our existence. Everyone has a vague idea of what they hope to accomplish in their lifetime. Achieving these goals determines the quality of life. If goals remain unattainable, we become resentful and cynical. However, even accomplishing a small portion brings happiness and satisfaction. Throughout evolution, humans realized their isolation in the universe and created myths and belief systems. The primary function of any culture is to protect its people from chaos and instill the belief that the self is important and success is achievable. Overly trusting in the universe's benevolence and safety can lead to a crisis when this trust is shattered, resulting in extreme disillusionment. Lack of inner order manifests as existential anxiety or dread, a subjective feeling that life has no meaning and isn't worth living. When awareness dawns, people cope differently. Some try to ignore it and continue striving for things that are generally believed to improve life. Others choose to address the issue directly. Escaping this predicament requires personal responsibility. When old values and institutional structures fail to provide support, individuals must use available tools to shape a meaningful and happy life. Overcoming the anxiety and frustration of modern life involves becoming independent of the social environment, seeking happiness and goals beyond societal rewards and punishments. To develop such self-control, one must first learn to master oneself, finding joy and purpose independently. The quality of life depends on the ability to control consciousness. The ancient Greek Delphic oracle's admonition, "Know thyself," Aristotle's moral activity of the soul, and Christian monastic practices were all methods to align thought and desire. Modern psychoanalysis also seeks to liberate consciousness from instinctive impulses and social constraints. Eastern traditions offer many techniques for controlling consciousness and achieving high levels of fulfillment. Indian yoga, Chinese Taoism, and Buddhist Zen, though different, all aim to free consciousness from biological or social determinism. However, institutionalizing these practices can diminish their effectiveness. Each new era requires reevaluating and reshaping the conditions needed to cultivate independent consciousness. Consciousness is a physiological process operated by the nervous system, devoid of mysticism. Like other human behaviors, it relies on a complex neural system. While not entirely governed by biological laws, consciousness can act independently, surpassing genetic control and developing autonomous capabilities. Its function is to gather and organize internal and external information, evaluate it, and prompt the body to respond appropriately. Consciousness selectively reflects and actively shapes events, adding subjective reality to them. Anything we touch, smell, hear, or remember has the potential to enter consciousness, but the odds of omission are high, and the opportunity to become conscious is slim. Consciousness reflects our perceived life, a sum of everything heard, seen, felt, hoped for, and suffered from birth to death. Attention filters millions of bits of information, selecting relevant data and retrieving related references from memory, then evaluating events and choosing appropriate responses. The clearest indicator of controlling consciousness is the ability to focus attention at will without distraction. Mastering this enables finding joy in daily life. Attention shapes and is shaped by the self. An unexpected event may intrude on Sam's consciousness, the breathtaking beauty of the underwater world. He hadn't planned this event. It wasn't the result of his self or goals directing attention. Once he recognized the underwater world, he fell in love with it, resonating with his love for nature, beauty, and everything he valued. Inner disorder severely disrupts consciousness, diverting attention from its intended purpose and stifling mental energy. We label such conditions with terms like pain, fear, anger, anxiety, and jealousy. Julio's inability to concentrate at work due to a flat tire led to growing anxiety. He noticed the tire was losing air, and by the next morning, the rim nearly touched the ground. His only option was to carefully drive to a gas station, inflate the tire, and quickly head to the factory. After work, the tire deflated again, requiring another stop at a gas station before heading home. External events entering consciousness are mere information, lacking inherent positive or negative value. The self interprets these inputs based on personal interests, determining their impact. If Julio had financial resources or borrowing options, his problem would be easily solved. Building friendships with colleagues could also mitigate the issue. Similarly, if Jim were more independent, his parents' divorce wouldn't depress him as much. When incoming information aligns with goals, mental energy flows effortlessly, eliminating worries and self-doubt. Rico Medlin often experienced this pleasant feeling at work. Each unit he completed had a set time of 43 seconds, repeated about 600 times daily. His drive for better performance was motivated by bonuses and supervisor recognition, though he didn't always highlight his superior results. During optimal experience, a person fully concentrates on achieving their goal, with no disordered phenomena needing correction, and no self-threats requiring defense. This state, known as flow, is often described as floating or being carried by a current. Those who achieve it develop a stronger, more confident self, directing more mental energy towards chosen goals. Flow experiences make the self more complex, representing growth. Complexity arises from two broad psychological processes: differentiation and integration. Differentiation involves distinguishing oneself from others, developing uniqueness. Integration is the opposite, connecting with others through transcending self-concepts and entities. A complex self successfully merges these seemingly contradictory processes. Optimal experiences typically occur in goal-oriented activities governed by rules, requiring mental energy and appropriate skills. Engaging in competitive environments offers a simple way to seek challenges. However, when defeating opponents becomes the sole focus, enjoyment often fades. When situations demand relevant skills to meet challenges, full attention is engaged. Actions become almost automatic and spontaneous, with seamless thought-action integration. Clear goals and immediate feedback characterize flow experiences. For example, a tennis player always knows the next move, returning the ball. Each hit provides instant performance feedback. Similarly, a chess player's goal is clear: checkmate the opponent before being checkmated. In flow, all life's worries are forgotten, because enjoyment demands full concentration on the task at hand. Games, sports, and other leisure activities are often sources of joy, distanced from everyday struggles. While losing a chess game or hobby isn't a big deal, failing in real life, like a business deal, can have severe consequences. Descriptions of flow often mention a sense of control. Complete immersion in an activity leaves no room for thoughts of past, future, or unrelated matters. The disappearance of self-awareness during flow deserves special mention. Descriptions of optimal experiences frequently highlight an altered sense of time, where external objective measures, like day and night or clock ticks, give way to the activity's rhythm. Flow activities are those that provide intense satisfaction, motivating people to engage in them purely for the experience itself. Examples include composing music, rock climbing, dancing, sailing, and chess. Flow activities are designed to achieve flow, offering unique structures that facilitate intensely pleasurable psychological states for participants and spectators. Flow is a source of growth and discovery, pushing individuals to perform better and reach unimaginable levels of consciousness. Continuously engaging in the same level of activity eventually loses its appeal, prompting a desire to expand skills or explore new directions. Flow has historically been closely tied to religion, with many optimal experiences occurring within religious contexts. Art, theater, music, dance, and games often originated in religious settings. For example, the Mayan ball game was part of religious celebrations. American democracy aims to explicitly pursue happiness as a political goal. While the Declaration of Independence may be the first political document to state this, any system that fails to help people seek happiness likely won't last. Cultural relativism suggests that the content of happiness varies across cultures, but some societies offer significantly higher quality of life than others. Some people seem inherently incapable of experiencing flow, such as those with schizophrenia, who involuntarily notice irrelevant stimuli and can't control what enters consciousness. Attention disorders hinder learning and make flow experiences rare. Some individuals, however, naturally possess the ability to control consciousness and resist attention disorders, making flow more accessible. Dr. Jane Hamilton's research shows a correlation between cerebral cortex activity and flow experiences. Childhood family influence also affects the ease of experiencing flow. Supportive family environments exhibit 5 characteristics: clarity, centering, choice, commitment, and challenge. Those who endure solitary confinement or kidnapping often design flow activities and set goals to cope. For example, Christopher Burney, imprisoned by Nazis during W.W. exemplifies this process. Diplomats kidnapped by terrorists share this trait, finding meaning in dire circumstances. Even when all hope seems lost, finding a meaningful goal and reorganizing around it is crucial. Setting achievable goals within existing constraints and closely monitoring progress through feedback helps. Once goals are met, raising the stakes for new complex challenges keeps motivation alive. The body is a source of experience and a record of actual life. Everyone can enjoy surpassing physical limits, whether it's climbing higher, running faster, or growing stronger. Pure forms of sports involve pushing physical boundaries. While seemingly trivial to outsiders, striving for perfect technique makes it significant. Sexual needs can divert mental energy from other goals. We groom and dress to enhance attractiveness, and many work to support a family. Efforts for status and power often aim to gain love and admiration. In all known cultures, organizing sounds into pleasant patterns universally enhances life quality. Music helps focus attention, fostering desired emotions. Musical challenges involve associative and analytical listening, developing emotional and imagery associations, and focusing on structural elements. Music harmonizes emotions, and so does food. Culinary delights align with this concept. German physicist Heinz Leibniz likened home cooking to a string quartet in the living room, while dining at a gourmet restaurant compares to a grand concert. Eating, like sex, is an innate pleasure. Observing and distinguishing food characteristics transforms physiological eating into a flow experience. Flow experiences stem from information challenging our thinking. Newton's abstract thoughts led him to time a boiling egg while holding a watch. First American Nobel laureate Michelson devoted time to measuring light speed for the sheer fun of it. The mind's normal state is chaotic, rarely maintaining focused thought for long without training or external goals. Our control over the mind is surprisingly weak. Memory underpins other mental operations, providing joy by achieving goals and structuring consciousness. Riddles, precursors to logic, convey ancestral knowledge. Solving riddles requires memory, specialized knowledge, imagination, and problem-solving skills. Language, building blocks of symbolic systems, enables abstract thinking. Words categorize events into universal categories, fostering philosophy and science. Work isn't a curse, but a blessing, offering the greatest fulfillment. Quality work requiring high skills enhances self-complexity, while unskilled labor often leads to psychic entropy. Residents of Chandali Bridge Village blur the line between work and leisure, deriving optimal experiences from both. Their work and family life, filled with challenges, harmoniously blend. These are the main points and insights from the book Flow. I hope you too can find your flow experiences in daily life, enhancing your quality of life and achieving true happiness. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.